right, boxing fans, we're here in Norwalk, California, just a little south of LA, with former NABF Junior Flyweight, former NABF Flyweight, and former WBA World Junior Flyweight champion Joey Olivo. Joey, thanks for taking the time to talk with Fight News and join us for our series, Where Are They Now? How have you been doing lately?
Been doing great. Doing real good. Surviving, and just getting through it, Real good.
How old were you when you got started in boxing, and what got you into it?
I started at the age of 8 years old, and I just love the sport. I used to see the fights at the Olympic Auditorium at downtown LA, the Olympic on Channel 13, and that's when that's when I fell in love with the sport, and ever since then I started doing it.
I was going to say, you grew up here in Southern California in an era where there was great fights at the Olympic and at the Inglewood Forum, and who were some of your heroes at that time?
Mondo Ramos, Bobby Chacon, back in those days, Teo Cruz, Ismael Laguna, all these fighters from way back then. Who else? Pedro Calavis, all different kind of fighters, all kinds of things.
Wow. Now, you turned pro in '76, but prior to that, you were a pretty good amateur. You won the Golden Gloves. Had you had your eye on trying to make the '76 Olympic team?
You know what? I tried. Matter of fact, I fought for the Junior Olympics Nationals in back in '76 at Florida at the Orange Bowl.
Right.
And I won my first two fights. I lost the third one, but it was a close fight, and that was the ticket to go to the Olympic Games back in those days. But I didn't make it. But anyway, it was good competition back in those days. I mean, I think during that time, Sharia Leonard was fighting. Sharia Leonard.
Sure.
He was over there. The Springs brothers were over there also.
That's right.
Yeah.
And in your weight class, I think, was Lewis Curtis.
Yeah.
Eddie Curtis. Yeah.
Yeah, but we never fought each other. I think he turned pro. He turned pro.
He did turn pro.
And I think he was. Didn't he fight for? He
got a shot against Orlando Canizales.
Okay, Orlando Canizales.
Yeah.
And what happened to that fight?
He got smoked pretty quickly.
He got smoked. Things happen.
2 rounds, I think.
Oh man, Orlando Canizales. Okay. Yeah.
But that was going from junior flyweight up to at that time I think actually that might not have been a title fight. I think that was before Orlando was champ, but that springboarded Orlando into title contention.
Yeah, Orlando Gonzalez. Yeah. Wow, man. I mean.
So now, at what point did you get involved with Rudy Tellez?
You know what? Eddie the Hawk Rodriguez. I was about 15 years old. Coming out of school, Lincoln Park was a boxing gym. It was a Lincoln Park boxing gym, and I happened I used to train there, and Eddie Hawk goes, "No, Joey, I can't move you anymore. You're a good little fighter. I can't help you anymore. I gotta see you somebody. Somebody that could really help you because I can't no more. Tomorrow, meet me here, and I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna take you somewhere to meet these people."
Okay.
So the next day after school, I went over there to the gym and got into his car. I went to downtown LA. When I went over there, that's when I met Howie Steiner. Howie Steiner goes, Howie goes, "Hi, Eddie the Hawk. Who's that? Is Joey Olivo. I wanted to meet him. He's a good little fighter. I want to give him to you. He's yours."
Yeah.
Howie goes, "You got your clothes with you? To work out?" Yeah. Well, let me see what you got. He wants to give it to me, but I want to see what I have first. You know.
Yeah.
Hit in the back, started shadow boxing. He tells Eddie the Hawk, "Hey, I want him. I want this guy." So he just ever since then, I was with Howie Steiner. But Rudy Tellez was also involved with Howie. So
Right.
Rudy started helping me out as far as the gym goes as a trainer. So that's when I hooked up with Rudy Tellez. And at that, he became also part-time manager and trainer. Yeah.
And you even worked for him for a while in his dental lab, right?
No, that was very boring. I couldn't do that. I could not do that, but I did it for a little while.
But they said you were one of the only fighters that could fashion his own mouthpiece.
Yeah, they said that, but it was not that easy,
I'm sure. So when you turned pro in June of '76, you rattled off 22 straight wins.
No, it was 25.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 25 straight wins. Then went to I went to Santiago, Chile. Martin Vargas.
Martin Vargas.
Yeah, veteran. And I beat the guy. I beat him.
That's what most accounts said.
Yeah, I beat him. Not easy, but I beat him.
Right.
And it's obvious I beat this guy real good. But when you're in another country, you're already behind on points. I mean, it's not a title fight. It's a 10-rounder.
Right.
So you're fighting the fighter and the judges at the
Yeah,
same time.
that's
so
right.
it was hard. But yeah, I won that fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you came back from that, and you rattled off 4 more wins, including a couple NABF title defenses of your
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
And then you got a shot at WBC champion Hilario Zapata
Yeah.
in Panama in
Yeah.
81. Tell us
Yeah.
what you remember about that fight.
That fight, you know what? I was fighting for 108, junior flyweight. I was down to 101, 102. My weight was very low because of the heat and humidity over there. And I was working out over there about a week before the fight. And that's not enough time to really acclimatize to the climate over there. It's all jungle over there. Back in 1981, it was about a palm trees, jungle and all that stuff. And so it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy working out over there because it was too hot over there. My weight was down, and I was trying to keep my weight up.
Right.
It was I think I probably came out weighing about 98 pounds after the fight. Because I was so hot over there and humid. Even Keith Jackson, the commentator, couldn't even take the heat over there. I think he passed away.
Yeah.
Keith Jackson. And even he couldn't take the heat over there. He was a commentator, and it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
So do you feel like the heat was a big part of you losing that fight?
Big factor. Zapata was known for leaving the country a lot. To go fight, defend his country. To defend his title, he would leave the country a lot.
Right.
So he would go to Japan, Thailand. When he fought me, we tried to get him to go to Vegas, but he said no. New York, he said no. We're going to fight Olivo, we're going to come to Panama.
I see.
So I had to go to Panama.
So 4 years after that, actually like 4 years and a month, you finally got another crack at the title, and this time it was the WBA title against Francisco Quiroz back in Miami. Yeah. And you won a close, unanimous decision, and you won the title. What do you remember about that experience and how you felt afterwards finally becoming
great.
a
Felt great. The fight was supposed to take place. It took a year for that fight, almost a year, because they kept on postponing the fight for, I guess, promotional problems with the promoter from Venezuela and another promoter from Miami. So they were kind of arguing who had the promotional rights. So anyway, it kept dragging on. We finally fought in Miami, but I was in Maracaibo in a training camp over there, training for the fight.
Right.
When I fought Quiroz, that guy was a very good fighter. He's good. He hits very hard, But during that fight, I think it was the 4th round with the left hook, and I dropped him. But at the same time, I fractured a knuckle during that fight. So at first, I knew what it was. I was hurting me, but not as bad. By the 7th, 8th, 9th round, it was just throbbing. But yeah, I had to just up. I knew I was ahead on points, so I couldn't lay it off. They had to kill me for me to stop. But I just kept on going. I knew I was winning the fight, so I didn't want to give up at all. I had to go whole 15 rounds like that.
Now the story goes that you were kind of distraught when you found out you were only getting $2,600 for that fight, and you called your dad.
Yeah.
And what did he tell you?
My dad told me, son, go for it. We waited this long to get this far. Don't give up now. When you win this guy, the next fight after you beat him, you'll get a bigger payday. So I said, okay, Dad, I want to get okay for my dad. That's all that mattered. So matter of fact, Quiroz's manager came to my hotel. Called me downstairs in the lobby, and he offered me $20,000 to step down. Quiroz's manager now said this.
Before the fight?
Before the fight, about maybe a week before the fight. So you know what happened, Joey, at the bid or whatever for the fight? I go, yeah, and he goes, well, you know what, I'll give you $20,000 to pull out now. I'll send it to my doctor, and we'll get a thing that you got the flu. You're sick, you can't fight, you're sick. And I said, let's go to Korea and fight in Korea, and defend a title in Korea, and we'll come back and we'll fight you. And I said, how do I know if he's going to win? I told him, how do I know if he's going to win in Korea? He might lose in Korea, and there goes my title shot. Right. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I cannot take your offer.
Right.
I said, I could work for nothing.
So you definitely did make more. Now, in your first title defense, you went to Korea against Moon Jin Choi, and reportedly you made $60,000 for that fight, which was like 24 times what you had made to winning the title.
I mean, I came in with that much. Okay,
yeah.
And
were you a little leery going over there because your 4 previous losses were all overseas on foreign soil?
I was so used to it now because I was going to Mexico City, I was going to Chile, Panama, I was going to Copenhagen, Denmark. So all these, really it was nothing new to me. I was getting used to it. But I said, when I won the world title, I said, okay, now I won the world title. Now I could fight here in the United States. I gotta travel no more. Now I come looking for me. But yet, then here I go to Korea for 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah,
but the money was there to
the
pull
money
you over
was
there.
there, yes. But it's not about the money, it's about the pride. I just wanted to fight,
Right.
But when I fought in Korea for the second time, it's funny because we fought in June. No, I'm sorry, we fought in December. Mm-hmm. And it was 5 below zero. And Korea gets cold in Korea.
Yeah.
And so we fought in an arena. So then an hour before the fight, the heating went off on our dressing room. They turned off the heating on the heater, turned off on us.
Oh.
So then we're saying, "My really dead," and we're saying, "What's going on here?" Oh, well, our heater broke. That's not true. They turned the heater off on us.
Right.
So in Korea, back in those days, I mean, the Koreans do anything
They did
to win a title.
all sorts of stuff.
All kinds of stuff, and it's hard to win a title over there. I mean, it's hard to defend it or to win a title in Korea.
Right.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
But you did. You made that defense, and then you went back and ended up facing who would become
was in
future
December.
Hall of Famer Myung-Woo Yu.
Yeah, that was in December. That was a very close fight. That was the time when they turned the heater off on us. That was the fight right there. And they made it hard on us. Good fighter. I thought that fight was close. I thought I pretty won that fight. I thought I won that fight.
Against you.
Yeah, I thought
It was
I
a
did.
split decision, so you do
split
feel that you
decision,
won that?
Split decision, I thought I won it. But like I said, when you're in Korea, it's just hard. It's hard to win over there. It's very hard,
Yeah.
But then you got to do your best and see that's what happens, I thought I won that fight.
I've heard all sorts of stories when foreigners, even Americans, go over there, like what they did to Paul Banky.
Yeah.
When he went to defend his title, they drove him around in a car for like 12 hours.
But the Koreans, when you go defend your title over there, they make it hard on you.
Yeah.
They make it uncomfortable for you, And I mean, to win a title, they'll do anything to win a title for their country. They make it hard on you.
Yeah.
And they did.
But you did bounce back after that, and you won another NABF title. This time moving up to flyweight.
Yeah, flyweight division. I went up to flyweight, and I fought from I think it's Vargas, in
Yes.
Yucatan, Mexico.
Yeah.
Yucatan. Good fighter, and 12-round decision. I beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel like, okay, goodbye to the junior flyweight division, and I'm gonna, move up to flyweight now, or was that hard? I mean, it seems like you never had any trouble making 108.
No. I went up in weight to 112 at that but then at that time already I was getting to my age at 30 years old already.
Right.
And then as you get older in this division, you gotta be quick.
Right.
It's not about the punching power. It's about the speed, the quickness, the timing.
Right.
And as you get older, the heart says yeah, but the body says it's about that time now.
Right.
So
Well,
then
that's what I was gonna say. You ended up on a 3-fight losing streak at the end of your career, and you called it a day. So did you feel? What was it that was it the losses, or did you know what, things are kind of going, I don't have it, anymore?
Yeah,
or was it the desire?
It was the desire now. I became world champion. The age of 31 already, 31 years old. Guys are 19, 21, 22. The reflexes are getting quicker than mine. I was losing my reflexes.
Right.
The speed was, our timing was off. I mean, in this division, every second counts. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you're off timing, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna hit you first. It's not good. You gotta have the timing has to be there. It was time for me to hang him up.
Now, you fought 9 former, current, and future world champions in your career with a winning record of 5-4 against those guys.
Back then, you had to be in the top 10 to get a title shot. So you had to work your way up the ladder.
Right.
I fought Lupa Madera. I got Pantrita Azul. I beat Pantrita here, 12-round decision, and he knocked out Zapata in 3 rounds.
Right.
So I fought these guys that are sluggers, but you're in the top 10. I mean, get a title shot, you gotta be good. Back in those days, 2 world champions, WBC and WBA.
That's it.
There was no IBF, ABO. And you had to be in the top 10 to get a title shot. You had to work your way up. When I fought Quiroz, I became number 1 when I fought Quiroz. And that was a mandatory defense. And that's what took so long for me to fight this guy, because they kept on avoiding me. So they finally forced him to fight me. We fought. Yeah.
So when you hung up the gloves, what was your thought? I mean, was it automatically, okay, I'm going to train now, or did you just think like, man, I'm not sure what I want to do now?
No, I'm not. First of all, it got me a job. Life goes on. Life goes on. You
Right.
know? And I just said, well, that's it for me. I accomplished my goal already. I don't got to prove it to nobody anymore. You know, I got where I was at. I became a world champion, and that was it. You know, life goes on. You know, and I just started became living a regular, normal life. As far as going to work now, supporting my family, being around my kids and things like that. Watch my kids grow.
So you retired in '89, and by '92, you wound up here 3 years later at the Norwalk Arts and Sports
I've been here ever
Complex.
since. Yeah.
So did you seek it out? Did they come and seek you? How did you wind up getting into the training?
They came looking for me.
Yeah?
They came looking for me, and they asked if I want to work over here as a part-time job with the kids, and I said, yeah, no problem. You know, and ever since then, I've been here working with the kids. You know, helping the kids out. As adults, I want to learn how to box and stuff like that, and ever since then, I've just been helping the community.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel that, you know, your job as a trainer is just as much giving direction to the young people as it is teaching them how to box, like direction in life?
Yeah, direction. No, that's more, to me, that's important. Direction in life. You know, sure, they came here to help. They came here to learn the sport of boxing, the sport of fighting, but the main reason why they're here is to discipline, and also to learn how to defend themselves, but also to be more disciplined, you know, in school and things like that. And I keep them out of trouble. Keep them off the streets. Keep them busy. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Is keep them off the streets. Keep them away from gangs. Keep them busy. That's the main thing.
So do you use your example of being in La Haza Grande to to stay away?
Yeah, you know, I mean, back in East LA, Boyle Heights. I mean, yeah, you know, I had a rough life over there. You know, I mean, but then when you grew up in the neighborhood, and when you grew up in the neighborhood, and all your friends that you grew up with going to gangs,
right?
But then you're not, but yet they're still your friends. When you're hanging out with your friends at school, rival gang members come around. I mean, these guys are still your friends. But maybe you're not from the gang. They're still your friends, and you can't walk away. You gotta help them out.
Right.
And I can't. So that's how it was. You know, back in the barrio, back in the days.
Yeah. So along the way, you trained Abner Morris, and then you got involved with his younger twin brothers.
Yeah. I trained Abner from the age of 10 years old to the age of 18, 19 years old. I trained Abner.
Okay, so through his amateur career.
Whole amateur career, yes. Junior Olympics, intermediate division.
What did you see in him at that point? Did you see a future world champion?
Yes, very fast. He's a quick learner. I even went when he was 17 years old. We sent him to Mexico to fight hopefully for the Olympic Games, but to make the Mexican team. So at 16, they sent him over there. Then he fought for the Junior Olympic, Junior World, and he won that. He came back to Mexico, and he went back to Mexico City, and at that then he went for the Pan American Games to qualify to go to Olympic Games. Nowadays, you have to win a certain tournament to go to Olympic Games. You know, you're USA champion or Mexican champion, so you got to win major tournaments.
Yeah.
Go to Mexico to Olympic Games. So he won the Pan Am Games, got a silver. And at that, but before he went to the Pan Am Games, they sent him to Mexico City for a month and a half to go train him up there. So I was there at the Comité, which is the training camp for Mexico.
Okay.
Big training camp. I was there about a month and a half to a month.
Wow.
Yeah. It was an experience. It was okay.
I was going to say that's a commitment to your student. You know,
to
be away from your family for that long.
Oh yes, definitely, yes.
Yeah. So can you see yourself riding your training career out here? It's already been nearly 30 years.
Yeah, this is it right here. This is gonna be it. You know, I'm gonna stay here and train the kids and see where it goes from there. You know, I love training kids and you know, meeting people and everything. As a pro level wise, I would just stay with the kids. And I love boxing, but I hate the business.
Right.
You know? But I love
That's what most people say.
Yeah, I love the sport. Business wise, I want to keep away from it. You know, I don't want no headaches. Yeah.
Well, Joey, it's been such a treat to come out here and meet you after all these years of following you, and I want to bring your story to the fans that read Fight News. And what would you like to say to the fans that remember your career, and even those that don't?
Well, I want to remember my career, and I'm happy. I'm glad that I was there to perform for you guys. You know, as boxing goes, and I mean, boxing, like I said, boxing is a very good sport. I love the sport of boxing. It's a good sport, and like I said, that, you know, now I train kids now, and I love what I do. You know, I love what I do, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can.
All right, thank you very much, and we'll all look forward to seeing some future prospects come out of your gym here.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you.